There's something absolutely amazing about note-taking. It's such a simple concept, but note-taking has absolutely transformed everything I've ever done in my life. And in the last year, I've been taking notes absolutely ferociously. It's changed the way I think, it's changed the way I see the world, it's changed the way I view everything I do, and it's given me a new lens. So if someone gave you some glasses to wear right now, and you can see the world through a writer's lens, you can see how they're absolutely using the information. They're not just looking at the world, they're seeing different things to most people. They're seeing how their day-to-day experience can be used to help someone else, either through their writing or through their blogs or through creating scripts for videos like this. They are using everything. They're observing the world very, very differently. So your awareness goes up massively. And when your awareness goes up, you can make better decisions. When you make better decisions, you get better results. That's a 3-step success formula, which I've learned. So you have better awareness, you make better choices, and then you get better results. And to get better awareness, you're observing the world when you do your day-to-day stuff and you're seeing things differently. So now, the difference between me now and 2 years ago, because of note-taking, is that when I watch something on TV, I'm not just watching it. It's not, the information of what they're talking about is not coming to me. I'm actually hearing loads of other things because I've been writing everything down, and I start linking the stuff that I'm listening to on it could be on absolutely any program. It could be a soap, it could be a Netflix program, it could be BBC, it could be ITV, or whatever it is. Anything is actually relevant to everything I'm doing in my life. And I pick up small little things, and I'm always using my phone and I'm taking notes. So I've built up thousands and thousands and thousands of notes on my phone since I've started doing this, and it's been game changing. The other thing is that there's a podcast, his name is Tim Ferriss. You've probably heard of it, it's the Tim Ferriss Show. So Tim Ferriss said on one of his podcasts that there are 2 things that everyone does. Every single successful person that he's interviewed and he's spoken to does these 2 things. Number 1, they meditate. They meditate. That is absolutely important, and something that I actually haven't started yet, but will be in the process, but everyone says it's game changing. And number 2, what he says, note taking. And that was a shock to me when I heard it, but he said note taking was the thing that everyone does. When people are learning, or they're studying, or they're in seminars, or they're in meetings, they're taking notes at a ferocious pace. So he's noticed this from everywhere he's been, all the famous people that he's met, and all the intelligent people that he's come across. They take notes like mad. So what I'm trying to tell you guys, whoever's watching this video, is take notes, because you might not need it now, but over time, the way you see the world, the way you think about things is revolutionary. And I've actually dived into a lot of the notes I've taken, and I've seen my progress over the last 2 years, how much I've changed, how much I've developed. So a lot of the times we look forward at where we want to go, and we're always like, oh, I'm never enough, because you're comparing yourself to so many other people. But actually, if you look back from where you've come, you can see how far you've actually come, and you can't do that unless you take notes. And that's one way. It's like going to the gym and taking a picture before you started exercising, and then you go on a 6-month transformation. You don't actually realize how much you've changed if you don't take pictures. But if you look at the picture that you took from day 0 and then month 6, you're like, holy shit, that is me, which is absolutely crazy. And that's the difference, which you don't see when you take notes on the progress that you've been. Everyone wants to go forward, but no one wants to see where they've been. But where you've been is actually such an accomplishment, and it makes you feel so good. So that's another reason. Something else I want to say is that I watched this mastermind program, which I bought, and it was an online course. It was a mastermind program, and it was brilliant because the thing that the speaker was talking about, he said there are loads of billionaires in this room. Okay, there are lots of billionaires in this room. And then he said, do you know how I can tell all the billionaires? And do you know how you're going to be able to tell? He was telling the audience how you can find out who the other billionaires are. They're the ones that are taking notes at a ferocious pace. I'm just going to leave it as that, because that changed everything. And I just heard that about, I think, 2 weeks ago. I've been taking notes for 2 years, and I never knew how important note-taking was until I started taking them. And now I'm starting to pick up things about other people and other professionals and other successful entrepreneurs, billionaires and millionaires, and all of these people. They've been taking notes for a long time. And it's game changing for them, and it's made me want to take even more notes. So if you're listening to this, take notes on everything that you ever come across: reading, learning, podcasts, videos, meetings at work, your day-to-day journal. So describe how your day was, dissect all the learning experiences you've had in a day. That is also taking notes. Hope that helped, and speak to you guys soon.